today we're going to be doing a gameplay breakdown of Honkai Star Rail and how the systems work in this game. To me, it's pretty unique, honestly, because it is a turn-based game, but it has its own unique ability to it. And I want to show you guys how the system works and just how the abilities look and all that stuff. So we're going to start off here right away with the character. It's kind of like a semi-open world, right, where you can move around left and right. Since it's not action RPG, you can't really fight them, but you saw how she just hit them right there. She actually just damaged them and before going into the battle. Now certain characters will have abilities where you can before going into battle, like putting your defense up, and then you can swap and put your attack up and then swap again, and then using an ability that can put a certain debuff on an enemy depending on the character that you have. So each character has their own basic set attack that or buff or debuff that they bring to the table before you can even go into the battles. Now, as you guys can see, you can select certain enemies here, and they do have what it seems to be a break bar on top of them. Don't quote me on this, guys. I haven't played the closed beta yet. I wish I did. He's gonna go ahead and attack him. So yeah, that is the break bar, and then he did get the break. And in most games, when you break them, the target becomes incapable of attacking and the enemy is basically rendered useless. So at this point, you can basically do bonus damage if they're broken. Now each character has two abilities, as you guys can see here on the bottom right. You have your single attack that doesn't cost any points, and I believe from what I remember from seeing someone play it is that you on your E is your secondary ability where you actually need points, and in order for you to get these points down here on the bottom right, you actually get them by using your single attack, which is your Q. You got to build that up, and then once you build that up, you can unleash your E, and that's exactly what she's gonna do. She's gonna use her E, and boom, she just did her E right there and did a bunch of damage to him. Let's see that again. Broke him and did damage afterwards and put the debuff shock on them. Now the animation looks so good on that, guys, that I'm still just impressed by looking at that, and I'm loving it, honestly. So she's gonna go ahead and do her single attack target ability, but let's go back a little bit so you guys can see. Before she does her attack here, she has 1 point, but now that she's gonna do her single attack, she's gonna get 2 points now that she's getting this off. So you guys can see this is how you gain those points. So you can use your E ability, and your E ability costs these skill points, and depending on how many skill points you have, that's how you can activate that. So she's gonna go ahead and do a single attack. Now single attacks usually sometimes come with debuffs or buffs attached to it, heals and stuff. So yeah, it seems like March 7th it's just a basic attack. Now another thing to keep in mind, guys, is that you do have your ultimate ability right here for the characters, and once they get filled up, you can actually go ahead and just activate it, and it doesn't matter the turn order either. Speaking of turn order, guys, on the top left side here, I've noticed this is the turn order. So the last place is here and this is first place, so whoever is here up here is gonna go next, and then whoever's behind that is set up to go next. Now this is the turn bar, and speed is, you got to take into consideration that speed is going to play a big part in this if they have speed buffing or if they have speed on gear, which we don't know yet if they're actually going to have speed on gear, or if they have an ability that they can push themselves forward, which what they would call those in the other turn-based games is like action bar pushing or combat readiness, stuff like that helps you push further so you can skip the line, to make it more simple for you guys. So when it comes to your ultimate, as far as the PvE aspects, I don't even know if they're gonna have PvP in this game mode. When you have your ultimate, you just can go ahead and use it, tap on it, and as you guys can see, you could click on it and then you press space to go ahead and use that ability. Now she's going to use her ult here, and it says AoE attack in the bottom, and this is exactly how her ultimate looks. As we saw in the trailer, lets out a huge electric surge and just does a bunch of AoE damage. So I'm just gonna let this roll out a little bit. There's the enemy attacking, and there he is using his basic attack. Now as you're damaging them, guys, remember you're gonna be taking away some of their HP and some of their break meter. I'm guessing there's gonna be abilities where you can do a lot of break damage and stuff like that. Also, I wanted to tell you guys it is gonna be a party of 4 whenever you do start traversing the world that you can bring in. And then in the bottom right here, this is where you'll be able to swap and use certain abilities for that character before you go into the battle. So keep that in mind. You can heal, do that, hit them. You know, right here they're gonna take damage because she started the battle with the hit, as like we said. But yeah, guys, it's definitely a lot different because in some of the other turn-based games, they actually have it where there's a cooldown. But like I said right here, he had 3 skill points here, guys, and when he switched over to use his E, which is a heavy single target hitting attack, as you guys can see, it cost 1, so now he's at 2 skill points. And then his ultimate lit up, so now he can go back into his turn and then use it again since he has his ultimate. So he's gonna go ahead and use his ultimate here. He has 2 skill points, so let's see if that uses any skill points here. I actually didn't pay attention to that. There's the display of the total damage. So using your ultimate doesn't use any of your skill points as well, so that's honestly a good thing. So there you go. She has 2 skill points and she's gonna use her E. And from what we've seen, every time they've used their E, they've been able to only use 1 skill point to use it. But I'm guessing there's gonna be characters where the ability is gonna be pretty strong, where they're gonna charge you like about maybe 2 skill points and stuff like that for you to be able to use it. Yeah, I feel like it all comes down to how strong and potent the move is going to be. This is March 7th's ult. She froze 2 people, which is really strong. And I forgot to say, guys, that there is elements in this game. Now here's the elemental system for Honkai Star Rail. They have ice, fire, wind, lightning, quantum, and imaginary. Now the way it works is not like in Genshin Impact, but enemies are going to be weak to certain elements already. Like for example, if you're fighting someone and that character is already weak to lightning, you already know that because it'll be displayed on its head. Now what the ice debuff does is applies frozen to the enemy. What fire does, it deals a fire damage to the enemy over time, or will leave a burn fire debuff on them, where they take damage as turns go on. And then there's going to be the wind debuff, where deal wind damage to the enemy and apply wind shear to them. I don't know what wind shear means, so we'll get into that when we get the game. Then there's lightning, where they do lightning damage to the enemy and apply shock. Also don't know what that debuff does. And then these 2 are very interesting because this is quantum, where it applies entanglement effect to the enemy. I don't know what entanglement means, but I do know what delaying enemy actions is. So remember that turn-based meter that I showed you guys earlier? That's what this falls under, where you can actually delay them from taking their turn. This might just slow them down or something like that, or we'll have to wait and see. And then there's imaginary also, which applies imprisonment effect to the enemy. I don't know what imprisonment the effect does. That is a debuff for sure though, and it also delays the enemy's actions and reduces enemy speed. Okay, so this one reduces the enemy speed and delays the action. We also have the physical one, where it's deal physical damage to the enemy, apply bleed effect to them. Okay, so very simple. Physical abilities will just leave a bleed where they take damage over time after each and every turn. Okay, and one thing I actually just noticed here that this article goes over is that the little elemental symbol over the enemy's head shows you what element they're weak to. So if you hit them with that elemental weakness, I believe that's how you break their break meter on top of their head. Of course, you're gonna do extra damage, or you're just gonna do even more damage than you would regularly since he's weak to him. And it'll glow, so it'll signify you which elements that enemy is weak to, so you don't have to really do too much searching or try to memorize too much, because it'll be right there in your face for you to know what's weak against what. Now in that article, I did read that you can bring back the speed of the boss himself back. So that's big, because in some turn-based games you can't really affect the boss's action bar or turn meter bar. You can't really manipulate that, but in this game you can. So looking forward to that. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be case by case to certain bosses. They're probably not gonna have it for every boss, just to add some spice to it and stuff. But yeah, guys, that very basic game breakdown here for Honkai Star Rail. And yeah, I'm really excited for this game, guys, and I can't wait to play it. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna try my best to get in it, but if I can't, you know, I'll still try making content on this game. But if you guys do manage to have an extra closed beta key, or have a closed beta key, and just want me to make the videos and stuff for you guys, I'd be more than happy to receive that closed beta key from you guys. Let me know if you guys do have an extra one. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like the video if you like the video. Subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about the gaming system. And I'll see you guys in the next one. It's your boy Jada. I'm out. Peace.